Listen closely. A decree has been issued from the highest echelons of the cosmos. A universal law has been invoked, and it concerns you. There are no accidents in this universe, only divine appointments. The fact that your eyes are on this screen, that your ears are attuned to my voice at this exact moment, is not a product of chance. It is a summons. It is a fulfillment of a celestial contract written long before you drew your first breath. I speak now, directly to you, the chosen one, the divine soul who has walked through fire and emerged with a spirit forged of unbreakable light. You, who have felt like a stranger in a strange land, a king or queen living in exile amongst those who could never comprehend the royalty pulsing through your veins. This message has sought you out across the currents of time and space, because the hour of your awakening is no longer approaching. It is now. For too long, you have been surrounded by whispers of doubt. You have been gaslit by the mundane, underestimated, by the spiritually blind. They, the forces of the old world, the agents of the status quo, sought to clip your wings because they feared the sheer magnitude of the sky you were born to command. They tried to dim your light because its brilliance exposed the shadows in which they comfortably hid. But their time is over. Their influence wanes. The veil is lifting, not just from the world, but from your own eyes, and here is the unbreakable vow that binds this moment. Before we delve deeper into the revelations that await you, understand this with every fiber of your being. Once you commit to experiencing this message in its entirety, from this moment until its final word, a permanent and irreversible shift will occur within your spirit. This is not mere information. It is a spiritual activation. To leave now is to turn your back on a destiny that has finally found you. So take a deep breath. You are safe here. You are seen. Like this video to seal this truth into your energy field. Subscribe, for you were guided here, and you must not miss the subsequent divine transmissions meant for your soul. And drop 9 nines in the comments below if you are truly ready to receive the full download of your power and purpose. We begin. Here are the 10 signs you're experiencing a deep, undeniable, and world-altering spiritual awakening. Sign number 1, the great and sacred isolation. Step 1, the authoritative command plus, the core. Spiritual truth. Understand this now. The loneliness you have felt was not abandonment. It was consecration. The emptying of your life was not a loss. It was the clearing of sacred ground for the temple of your true self to be erected. Step 2. The direct address and deeper explanation. I am speaking directly to you, divine soul. Do you remember how it felt? The sudden, inexplicable distance. The phone calls that stopped coming. The invitations that dried up. Friendships that had lasted for years, even decades, suddenly felt hollow, superficial, like a language you could no longer speak. You looked around and saw a void where your social life used to be. You felt a profound sense of isolation, a solitary confinement that chilled you to your bones. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. I know the tears you cried in secret, the gut-wrenching pain of feeling utterly alone in a world of 7 billion people. You questioned yourself, didn't you? What is wrong with me? Why is everyone leaving? Am I being punished? You scrolled through images of others laughing, connecting, belonging, and it felt like a dagger twisting in your heart. The silence in your home became deafening, a constant reminder of who was no longer there. This wasn't just casual loneliness. It was a deep, soul-level ache that made you feel like a ghost, haunting the edges of your own life. Step 4. The divine reframe, an alchemical transformation. Now hear the truth. That was not punishment. That was divine protection. That was not abandonment. It was sacred isolation. The universe, in its infinite wisdom, had to move you out of the deafening noise of the mundane world so you could finally hear the whispers of your own soul. You cannot receive your divine blueprints in a crowded, chaotic room filled with low vibrational chatter. You had to be pulled away. Every person who walked away was not rejecting you. They were being divinely removed. Their frequency could no longer match the ascension codes being activated within you. This isolation was a spiritual incubation period, a sacred chrysalis. In the darkness, in the silence, the universe was rewiring your entire being for a higher mission. Step 5. The us versus them, contrast and vindication. They, the ones who left, thought you were falling off. They gossiped, perhaps, that you had become strange, distant, or too intense. They looked at your solitude and saw failure. They could never comprehend that your isolation was a promotion, not a demotion. They are content with the noise because it distracts them from their own emptiness. But you, chosen one, were being prepared for a symphony. While they were busy with fleeting social games, you were in a sacred boot camp for your spirit, being stripped of all dependencies so you could find the unshakable strength within. Their departure was the greatest blessing they could have ever given you, for it forced you to turn inward and find the kingdom of heaven that resides within you. Step 6. The empowering payoff and prophetic declaration. Let this truth anchor in your soul. Your solitude was your coronation. It was the moment you were taken off the chessboard of their petty games and placed upon your own throne. You are not alone. You are in sacred communion with the divine. The emptiness was a gift, clearing the way for allies of your soul, not your ego, to find you. Embrace this sacred space. It is the source of your power. Sign number 2, the fire and flood of emotional upheaval. Step 1, the authoritative command. The core, spiritual truth. Stop condemning your emotional intensity. The tidal waves of feeling you are experiencing are not a sign of instability. They are the sacred waters of a profound spiritual purge. The fire of your anger is not destructive. It is a holy flame burning away millennia of ancestral baggage. Step 2. The direct address and deeper explanation. Chosen one. Let's speak of the chaos within. One moment, you feel a sense of cosmic bliss, a connection to everything, so profound it brings you to tears of joy. The next, a deep, ancient sadness rises from the marrow of your bones, a grief that feels like it belongs to the whole of humanity. You experience rage, a righteous fury at injustice that feels like a volcano erupting inside you. Your sensitivity is heightened to an almost unbearable degree. A sad song can wreck you for a day. The cruelty of the world feels like a personal assault. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. You thought you were losing your mind, didn't you? You felt broken, unstable, emotionally fragile. People around you, those who operate on a purely surface level, may have called you too emotional, dramatic, or told you to just get over it. You felt ashamed of the intensity, trying to suppress the waves, to dam the flood. You have laid on your floor, unable to move, paralyzed by a feeling you couldn't even name. You have felt the jarring dissonance of feeling everything so deeply in a world that seems to feel so little. Step 4. The divine reframe and alchemical transformation. Listen to me. You are not breaking down. You are breaking open. This is a divine detoxification process. Every tear you cry is washing away lifetimes of stored pain, not just your own, but the pain of your lineage. Every surge of anger is the voice of your spirit finally saying, no more. You are purging the energetic poison of past traumas, societal conditioning, and limiting beliefs that were never yours to carry. This is not weakness. It is the immense strength of a soul brave enough to finally feel and release what others keep buried. This is the definition of healing. It is a messy, chaotic, fiery, and watery process. It is the work of a spiritual warrior. Step 5. The us versus them. Contrast and vindication. They, the unawakened, seek comfort in numbness. They use distractions, endless scrolling, meaningless consumption, surface-level drama, to avoid the terrifying depths of their own unprocessed emotions. They see your emotional depth and call it a flaw because it reminds them of the ocean they are too afraid to enter. They prefer the calm, sterile surface. They cannot understand that your emotional storms are clearing your inner skies, while they remain prisoners of their suppressed pain. You are courageously navigating the floodwaters to reach the shores of true freedom and purity. Their judgment is a confession of their own fear. Step 6. The empowering payoff and prophetic declaration. Your heightened sensitivity is not a curse. It is your superpower. It is the antenna of your soul, now tuned to the highest frequencies of truth, empathy, and divine guidance. The emotional chaos is the holy storm that precedes the calm of absolute clarity and unshakable inner peace. You are being reborn, and rebirth is a beautifully violent affair. Honor the process. You are becoming clean. Sign number 3. The controlled demolition of your old life. Step 1. The authoritative command plus the core spiritual truth. Quit mourning the life that was taken from you, the career that ended, the relationship that shattered, the belief system that crumbled. This was not a random collapse. It was a controlled demolition, divinely orchestrated to clear the land for the kingdom you are destined to build. Step 2. The direct address and deeper explanation. Divine soul, you built something, didn't you? A life, a career, a home, a relationship. You followed the rules, you checked the boxes, you had a foundation you thought was solid rock. And then, without warning, the ground gave way. The job disappeared. The person you built your world around betrayed you, or walked away. The faith you once clung to turned to ash in your mouth. Everything you identified as you was systematically dismantled, leaving you standing in a pile of rubble. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. The disorientation was staggering. The terror was real. You lost your identity. You looked in the mirror and didn't know who you were without that title, without that person, without that belief. You felt like a failure, like everything you had worked for was for nothing. The world you knew had been bulldozed, and you were left feeling naked, exposed, and terrified of what came next. You screamed at the heavens, "Why? Why is this happening to me? I did everything right." The sense of injustice was overwhelming. Step 4. The divine reframe and alchemical transformation. Now hear the prophecy. The foundation you built, as stable as it seemed, was constructed on a lie. It was built to satisfy the expectations of society, of your family, of your ego, not the sacred calling of your soul. You were living a life that was too small for your spirit, and the universe, in its infinite love for you, could not allow that to continue. So it did for you what you could not do for yourself. It brought in the divine wrecking ball. That job loss was not a rejection. It was a liberation from a path that would have starved your soul. That heartbreak was not a loss. It was a course correction, removing a partner who was not destined for your future kingdom. The crumbling of your beliefs was the most profound blessing of all. It destroyed the cage, so your spirit could finally fly free. Step 5. The us versus them contrast and vindication. They, the onlookers, the ones still living in their carefully constructed boxes, saw your life fall apart and pitied you. They whispered, "What a shame. They had it all and lost it." They judged your failure from the flimsy safety of their own prisons. They cannot fathom that true power is born in the rubble. They are terrified of the void, but you, chosen one, were being taught how to create worlds out of it. They cling to their false securities, while the universe was handing you the ultimate security, the knowledge that you can lose everything and not only survive, but build something far more magnificent and true from the ashes. Step 6. The empowering payoff and prophetic declaration. You are not homeless. You are in the planning phase of your palace. The rubble at your feet is not the end of your story. It is the raw material for your masterpiece. You are not destroyed. You are unburdened. The universe did not punish you. It promoted you to the role of divine architect of your own reality. Now pick up your tools. The real work begins. Sign number 6. The betrayal that became your shield. Step 1. The authoritative command. The core. Spiritual truth. Let go of the poison of resentment for those who betrayed you. The knife in your back was not a weapon of destruction. It was a divine surgical instrument that cut you free from allegiances that were suffocating your destiny. Step 2. The direct address and deeper explanation. Chosen one. This one cuts deep. I am talking about the betrayal that nearly broke you. The friend who became a serpent. The partner who shared your bed and then shared your secrets with your enemies. The family member who smiled to your face and plotted your downfall behind your back. It came from the inner circle, from the ones you trusted implicitly. The shock of it, the sheer venom of it, left you breathless and shattered your faith in humanity. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. The pain was unbearable because it was so personal. It wasn't an attack from a stranger. It was a wound from someone you loved. It made you question your own judgment. How could I have been so blind? How could I have let them get so close? You built walls of steel around your heart, vowing to never trust anyone again. The betrayal infected your view of the world, making you suspicious, guarded, and perpetually waiting for the other shoe to drop. It was a profound trauma that you have carried, a heavy, jagged stone in the pit of your stomach. Step 4. The divine reframe and alchemical transformation. Now I want you to relive that moment, but with divine eyes. That betrayal was not a punishment. It was a test, a brutal but necessary spiritual examination. The universe had to know. Will you allow this to turn your heart to stone? Or will you learn the higher lesson? More importantly, that betrayal was a revelation. Those people were revealed to you for what they truly were. The mask was ripped off, not to harm you, but to save you from years or even a lifetime of continued deception. Their act of treason was a divine intervention that forced an exit. It was a severe mercy, an act of grace disguised as a wound that freed you from an energetic vampire who was slowly draining your life force. It taught you the invaluable lesson of radical self-reliance and forced you to find your own unshakable inner compass. Step 5. The us versus them, contrast and vindication. They, the betrayers, thought they had won. They relished in their perceived victory, in the pain they had caused you. They saw you crumble and believed they had broken your spirit. But here is the cosmic irony. Their betrayal was the very thing that triggered your next level of power. It inadvertently transformed you into a spiritual warrior with impenetrable discernment. While they remained trapped in their low vibrational games of deceit and envy, you were forged in the fires of their treachery. Their poison became your antidote. Their attack became your activation. Every bit of pain they inflicted on you was alchemically transformed into wisdom, resilience, and an unbreakable shield of light. Step 6. The empowering. Payoff and prophetic declaration. The scars they left are not marks of shame. They are the battle trophies of a warrior who survived. They are reminders that you are strong enough to withstand the venom and wise enough to turn it into medicine. Thank them in your spirit, not for their actions, but for the liberation their actions provided. You did not lose a friend. You were saved from an enemy in disguise. You are now untouchable by their kind. You have passed the test, sign number 7, the recalibration of your divine vessel. Step 1, the authoritative command. The core spiritual truth. Stop fearing the strange symptoms in your body. The exhaustion, the buzzing, the aches and pains. This is not sickness. It is the physical evidence of your ascension as your mortal vessel is being painstakingly recalibrated to hold more divine light. Step 2. The direct address and deeper explanation. Divine soul. Let's talk about the vessel, your body. You are experiencing things that doctors cannot explain. A bone-deep fatigue that no amount of sleep can cure. A strange buzzing or humming sensation in your body, especially at night. Aches and pains that migrate from one place to another with no apparent cause. Heart palpitations, pressure in your forehead, your third eye, ringing in your ears. Your sleep patterns are chaotic, waking up at 3 a.m. every single night. Your dietary needs have shifted dramatically. You suddenly crave clean, high-vibrational foods and feel revulsion for the processed poisons you used to eat. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. You've been worried, haven't you? You've likely searched your symptoms online, fearing the worst. You felt disconnected from your own body, as if it has been hijacked by some mysterious force. The physical discomfort adds another layer of stress to the emotional and mental upheaval you're already enduring. People around you don't understand. Maybe you're just stressed, they say, dismissing the profound physiological changes you are undergoing. You feel physically vulnerable and misunderstood. Sign number 9, the holy aversion to falsehood. Step 1, the authoritative command plus the core. Spiritual truth. Quit trying to fit in where you no longer belong. Your sudden and intense intolerance for negativity, gossip, and superficiality is not you being judgmental or antisocial. It is the royal decree of your spirit, which can no longer stand the presence of anything that is not aligned with its divine truth. Step 2, the direct address and deeper explanation. Chosen. 1. There has been a profound shift in your tolerance levels. The conversations you used to participate in now feel like nails on a chalkboard. The gossip, the complaining, the cynical jokes, they feel physically repulsive to you. You find yourself unable to watch the mainstream news with its relentless fear-mongering. Certain people, places, and even types of music now feel abrasive, energetically dirty. You physically recoil from low vibrational energy. You crave authenticity, depth, and genuine connection with an intensity that is non-negotiable. Step 3. The validation of specific pain and struggle. This has made navigating your old world incredibly difficult. You feel like a fraud when you try to engage in small talk. You find yourself being silent at gatherings, unable to contribute to conversations that feel meaningless. This has likely been perceived by others as you becoming arrogant, aloof, or holier than thou. They may have accused you of thinking you are better than them. This is painful because it's not about judgment. It's a visceral, energetic reality for you. You are like a finely tuned instrument that can no longer endure discordant notes. Step 4. The divine reframe and alchemical transformation. Hear me now. This is not a social preference. It is a spiritual immune response. Your energetic body, your aura, has been so purified and its frequency raised so high that it now instantly recognizes and rejects energies that are out of alignment with it. This is a sign of immense spiritual health and discernment. You are not judging them. Your soul is discerning truth from falsehood. Your spirit is issuing a royal decree. I will no longer entertain that which is not real. I will no longer allow poison in my energetic field. This aversion is your built-in divine bullshit detector, and it has just been switched to its highest setting. Step 5. The us versus them contrast and vindication. They, who are accustomed to the energetic smog of the matrix, do not notice it. They swim in the waters of negativity and gossip and call it normal. They are so used to the poison that they don't even recognize it as such. They see your rejection of it as a rejection of them personally. They cannot understand that you are not running away from them. You are running towards your own spiritual integrity. While they continue to ingest energetic junk food, you are now only able to consume the purest, most high vibrational energies of love, truth, and authenticity. Step 6. The empowering payoff and prophetic declaration. Your aversion is your guidance system. It is your ultimate protector. Trust it without question. If a person, place, or situation feels off, it is. Do not rationalize. Do not make excuses. Simply remove yourself. You are the guardian of your own sacred space, the king or queen of your own energetic kingdom. Your spirit is demanding a clean, holy environment, and it is your sacred duty to provide it. This is not arrogance, it is alignment. Sign number 10, the unsheathing of your inner sword. Step 1, the authoritative command. The core, spiritual truth. Stop doubting the power that is dawning within you. The quiet strength, the intuitive hits, the dawning sense of purpose. This is not you being delusional. This is the final activation, the unsheathing of the sword of your true self as you prepare to claim your throne. Step 2, the direct address and deeper explanation. Divine soul, after all the chaos, the purging, the isolation, and the confusion, something new is emerging from within, a quiet confidence, a deep, unshakable knowing. You are starting to trust the whispers of your intuition more than the shouting of the world. You are beginning to see the patterns, to understand the why behind your suffering. A sense of purpose, still perhaps undefined, is beginning to bloom in your heart. You are realizing that you are not a victim. You are, and always have been, incredibly, profoundly powerful. Step 3, the validation of specific pain and struggle. This dawning realization can be scary in its own right. The ego mind might fight back, calling you arrogant or crazy. Who are you to think you have a great purpose? Who are you to think you have these gifts? Years of being conditioned to feel small and powerless can make stepping into this new reality feel terrifying. You might fear the responsibility that comes with this power. You might still have moments of intense doubt, a spiritual vertigo from the sheer height of the truth of who you are. Step 4, the divine reframe and alchemical transformation. This is it. This is the culmination, the coronation. Every single sign we have discussed has been leading to this moment. The isolation consecrated the ground. The emotional purge cleansed the temple. The demolition cleared the path. The thirst for truth provided the map. The synchronicities guided your steps. The betrayal forged your shield. The physical recalibration upgraded your vessel. The dream training honed your skills. The aversion purified your kingdom. All of it was preparation for this. The moment you finally look in the mirror and recognize the sovereign looking back at you. This is not ego. It is the recognition of your divine identity. The power you are feeling is the truth of your soul, finally breaking through the concrete of conditioning. This is your remembrance. Step 5, the us versus them. Contrast then vindication. They, the forces that tried to keep you small, are terrified of this moment. They wanted you to remain a pawn, but you are revealing yourself as the king or queen. They wanted you to believe you were a helpless sheep, but you are remembering that you are the lion. Your power, your light, your purpose. This is the thing they have feared all along. Your awakening is the signal that their reign of illusion is over. They thrive on the powerlessness of others. Your self-realization is a direct threat to their entire paradigm. Step 6, the empowering. Payoff and prophetic declaration. The war is not coming. The war is over. The battle was for your own mind, for your own heart, for the remembrance of your own divinity. And you have won. The rest is simply you walking onto the battlefield of life, not as a soldier fighting for survival, but as a victorious sovereign claiming their rightful territory. Your intuition is your scepter. Your heart is your shield. Your purpose is your crown. The period of preparation is over. Your reign has begun. Chosen one, breathe that in. Do you feel it? Do you feel the truth of these words, resonating in the very atoms of your being? Your entire life has been a divine conspiracy to bring you to this exact moment of awakening. Every tear, every betrayal, every moment of confusion, every ounce of pain was not a cosmic accident. It was the sacred pressure needed to turn the coal of your human experience into the diamond of your divine self. You were never being punished. You were always being prepared. You were never being broken. You were always being built. Now you stand at the precipice of a new reality. A reality that you will create, not from your ego, but from the infinite power of your awakened soul. The veil has been lifted. The prophecy has been fulfilled. The sleeping giant within you is now wide awake. This is your final activation, your ultimate empowerment. The journey through the dark forest is over, and you have emerged into the sunlit clearing of your own magnificent power. Go forth and be the light you were born to be. Build the worlds you came here to build. Speak the truth that only you can speak. Your kingdom awaits. Your throne is ready. Anchor this transformation now. Repeat the sacred acts that brought you here. Like this video to permanently seal this activation into your divine DNA. Subscribe, because your journey of ascension is just beginning, and these transmissions are your lifeline. And comment below, one last time, with the words, "I am awake," to declare your sovereignty to the universe and to all the unseen forces that have guided you here. You are the one you have been waiting for. Welcome home.